What is going on, everyone? AyJay Gaming here, and welcome back to the 4th episode of Draft 2 1 million coins. And as you probably would have guessed, we didn't make it back to 15,000 coins after last episode's rewards. We only got to just under 10,000 coins. So what I've done, as I did after episode 1, I've added enough coins to get us back to 15,000 coins. And let's jump straight into this episode's draft and see what we can get. So, since recording the 3rd episode of this, I've played a few games, a few draft games, and I've won 3 out of the 4 that I've played, and went out in the first round in the other one. And as we go into the formations, we've got the 4-3-2-1, the 4-1-2-1-2 wide, the 5-3-2, the 4-4-2 holding, and the 4-5-1. Definitely not going with the 4-5-1, it's a terrible formation in this year's FIFA. The 4-4-2 holding, boring formation really. 5-3-2, there's no wingers and it's pretty central, it's not my cup of tea, so we're left with the 4-1-2-1-2 wide or the 4-3-2-1. And for this episode, I think we're going to take the best formation, or at least one of the best formations in my opinion, in this game, the 4-3-2-1. Let's jump in and see what captains we get. So we get the 96 Messi, the 92 Ibrahimovic, a legend, Davor Suker, 4-star skills, 4-star weak foot. I think we have to take him. Although some legends in this game aren't very good, I think he's the best option here. We could get better versions of both Messi and Ronaldo. So we're going to go with the legend Suker, the second lowest rated player in this captain. But we're going to take him and move swiftly on and see what we get in this right forward position. So we get all some bad players here, but we can do whatever we want here. So we could go, we've got an option for most of the main leagues except for the Bundesliga. So we could go with Zaha for the English BPL option. We could go with Bernardeschi, who's got 4-star skills, left-footed there. Bakali, another player we could go with, not the best. He also's got 4-star skill moves though, but I think we're going to take Zaha here. Best player one, probably not the best, but we could go BPL down one side, and we've got the 97 Ronaldo, which we're going to take for the left forward position and move on to the 3 centre mids in the middle of the park. We get a BPL player, but I think what we're going to have to take is Andre Gomez, who gets a strong link with Ronaldo as they're both Liga BBVA and Portuguese, so we'll go with Gomez there and we'll switch him over. In the middle centre mid spot we get another BBVA player in the form of Sergio Roberto. I think we're going to have to go with here, he's the only one that fits, and we'll move swiftly on to the next centre mid, and we get a strong link to Zaha in the form of Henderson, although we could go with Parejo, who gets a strong link, or that new informed Thiago, who looks like a great player. We could go with him. I really like him in this game, and that's what we're going to go with, and we're going to hope that we get some Bundesliga centre-backs and right-backs. As we move on to the right-back position, we do get Ginter here, who does get a link with Thiago there, which we're going to take for this team. We move on to the centre-back position, hoping for a Bundesliga. We do get a Bundesliga player there. He's the only one that really links in the team now at the minute, because we got no BBVA, so we're going to take Zambrano, the Peruvian man. Onto the left back, we hope for a BBVA and we get Tremolinas. This team is working out okay here, but we're just not getting the strong links that we need to make this team as good as it possibly can be. We get a Bundesliga centre-back. We could put Benatia in to get Thiago full chemistry, which I think is what we're going to go with here. We're going to push them over, gets Thiago full chemistry, and we're going to hope for someone like Leno or Team of the Year Neuer. We get the record breaker check, but we're going to have to take Leno here. He's the one that gets us the most chemistry, and that is the first 11 at the minute, guys. We're on 85 rating with 96 chemistry. A better right forward, and that will do us fine for the time being. Let's go on to the reserves and the subs bench to see what we can get there. We get the 83 Dybala, which is a great card. We also get the 80 Inform Bellerin, which is also another great card, but we're going to have to take Dybala here, the Juventus man, Argentinian. And on to the next reserve spot, we get the 95 Messi, Casillas, 87 Higuain, and Royce as well. We could take Royce, he's got a great card, but in terms of super sub, we're going to have to take that purple Messi. And on to the next reserve spot we go. We get Turan, Danilo, Sanchez, Gomez and Aguirre. we're not gonna pick of any of the first two. They're not really any good. So in terms of players we need, none of these players really fit the team except for maybe Turan, who could play at the right forward, but he's only going to get a maximum of 6 chemistry being a right midfielder. So we'll take Super Sub Sanchez for that position, and on to the next position. We get a BPL centre back, no one that's really going to help. So we'll take the highest rated, the Serie A goalkeeper, Brazilian Neto, for the substitute goalkeeper. And on to the final reserves, we get another bunch of rubbish players overall. Baltiak only has 3-star skill moves, so we'll take Jose Enrique and move on and forget about that pick and hope for something better in the subs bench. We get the new informed Florenzi and the 92 Neymar, the upgraded Naldo. Wait, no, he's not upgraded, is he? He's just normal 85 Naldo. We get David De Gea, who's not really going to help, so we'll take Super Sub Neymar for the bench, 92 rated Neymar. I think that's his second highest rated cards, and then we continue to get our silver option of this draft. Gabriel got 4-star skills. Gazelle, the inform Leon man, also got 4-star skills, but in terms of one of the best players, in a foot legend from FIFA 12 and 13, we're going to have to take Kelvin, the Porto man. And on to the midfield spots, we get Hatem Ben Arfa, the Cam version of him. We get also Luis Gustavo, who could work if we end up going with a Bundesliga midfield, and we will take him as he is the highest rated player there. And we'll move on to the other midfield spot, and we get Mario Götze, a player that would link with Thiago if we wanted to put a full Bundesliga midfield in. I think that's what we're going to take. He's also the highest rated player there. And we'll move on to the defender spots, and we do get Javi Martinez, which would be good for the team because he could link with Sergio Roberto, and as well as swap him for Zambrano, which would help out the team. We could go with Felipe Luis, but he wouldn't get full chemistry either if we haven't got a Atletico Madrid centre back. We could also go with Bartra, who would work in the team as well. We'd get a perfect link with Roberto if we switch them over, which would get him on full chem, but that would leave Leno off of chem. So we're gonna go with Martinez and put him in there for Zambrano for the time being. We'll switch those two over. Doesn't get us any more chemistry, but it gets Martinez onto full chemistry. So that's how we'll leave that position right there. Onto the penultimate position of this team, and we do get another terrible defensive option. We get no BBVA. We do get a BPL, but he's not really on the right side here. We get 2 BPLs and 2 Serie A, so I suppose we'll take the highest rated Radu. And on to the goalkeeper position, we get Ter Stegen, Diego Alves, Ruffier. I think we'll take the highest rated in Diego Alves in case, well, we don't have any BBVA centre backs anyway, so not much we're going to be able to change with this team. But Messi gets us up and a couple of extra chemistry here. We're up to 99 chemistry with putting Messi into the team. 84 rated, 99 chemistry. I think that's probably the best we're going to get. We could switch them over there, but that gets Thiago on full chem. That gets us to full chemistry there because Messi gets the strong link. Thiago on full midfield onto 10 chemistry there. Only players off chemistry are Benatia and Tremolinas at the left centre back and left back respectively. And now we're going to order the bench in terms of highest rating quickly. And if you have enjoyed this episode, guys, make sure to leave a like down below and subscribe for more content, as it does help the channel grow. And let me know down below if there's anybody I should have picked instead of the players I picked. I'd love to know, hear your opinions on the team and what I've done here. So we get a 186 rated draft. We're going to get a manager, and hopefully, well, we can't get a BBVA manager because they're not in there, but Portuguese, Argentinian, French, or a Bundesliga manager would be our best option here. So what are we going to get that improves our chemistry? We get a Spanish, Portuguese, 2 BPL and an Argentinian. The Spanish doesn't help any of the players not on 10 chemistry. The Portuguese, Jose Mourinho, gets Ronaldo to 10 chemistry. The Argentinian gets Messi to 10 chemistry, and the two BPL managers are going to do absolutely nothing. So it's down to whether we want Messi on 10 or Ronaldo on 10, and I think what we're going to do, we're going to take the best manager that is here, and some would say the best manager in the world, Jose Mourinho. We'll put him in, gets Ronaldo onto 10 chemistry, and we end up with a 186 team here, 8 Bundesliga, 7 BBVA players, and that is going to be our foot draft, guys. Let's get into the gameplay. So into the gameplay we go, and the first opponent we come up against has a 188 rated team with Team of the Year Ronaldo playing at striker, 92 Neymar, 99 Messi, and silver informed Rico at centre back, along with 90 rated Godin. In just a couple of minutes into the game though, we get through and Borges tackles Suka there on the ball. Thiago comes through and he gives away a penalty. I'm not quite sure how it was a penalty. I think it wasn't the player you thought it was making the foul. It was there, you see Godin making the foul, but David Suka steps up, small power on it, puts it to the other side of the goalkeeper, just to the left of the centre of the goal. We go 1-0 up with just 6 minutes gone, and a few minutes later in the 9th minute, a 1-2 attempt there with between Ronaldo and Suka. Thiago wins the ball back off a poor pass from Godin. Messi gets put clean through, cuts inside past the slide challenge and puts it in to make it 2-0 with just 10 minutes on the clock. We were never going out, but at this time of the at this stage of the game, we win the ball back there with Martinez. Another ball through from Thiago. Messi with the fake shot past his defenders. He was just running through everyone like they weren't even there. He gets through again. Messi finesses it into the same corner to make it 3-0 to us. 21 minutes gone, and then a few minutes later, well, towards the end of the first half even, 40th minute, a bit of lag as you can see. Messi runs down the wing, plays the ball to Kuchariak, who cuts it back inside through the legs. Messi gets the ball on his left foot and puts it into the corner to make it get a consolation goal for my opponent. 3-1 to him just before half time, and on to the second half. Get the ball with Gustavo. Thiago again playing the killer pass through to Messi, who finesses it into the bottom corner to make it 3-4-1 and a hat-trick for Messi. 68 minutes gone now. Just a couple of minutes later, we get chipped the ball over through to Cristiano Ronaldo. These defenders run into each other. We play it to Ronaldo, gets a goal for himself. 70 minutes gone, 5-1 to us. We're definitely going through to the second round yet again, but of late we've been failing in the second round. Messi gets through in the 90th minute, jogs through, passes it. Skill move past the defender. Tremolina slots it into the bottom corner to compound my opponent's misery. In added time, as you can see, we dominated our opponent with 21 shots and 17 on target to his 2. We win 6-1 and go through to the second round of the draft, where we come up against as it appears, I come up against a 4-3-3-2. 97 chemistry, 86 rated Divock Origi up front with Mahrez, 90 rated Ozil, Team of the Year, Ronaldo, and record breaker upgraded Czech and Zuma in defence. We'll get the ball with Messi just before half time, 38 minutes in. Poor pass from my opponent, a poor pass from us, gets through to Suka, who runs through, plays it through to Messi, who puts it in with his weaker foot into the bottom corner to make it 1-0 to us. And this game, nothing really happened after that. We get the ball through in the 90th minute, Czech throws it out, and that's all that has time for. We win the game 1-0. Not really the best of games if I'm honest, but we still get through to the third round for the first time in this series. In the other 3 episodes, if you haven't already seen them, we did get knocked out in the second round on all 3 occasions, but for the first time this series we get through to past the second round and into the third round. We come against a false 9 formation, 97 Ronaldo this time, Team of the Year Modric, Team of the Year Pogba, 91 Neuer, along with the informed Bellerin and the upgraded Sissoko at right wing. This opponent did take off Sissoko and his striker, I think it was Martial, but we do get the ball through straight away in 2 minutes gone. Suka finesses it round the goalkeeper Neuer. I don't know where he was really, he was out of position, finesses it in to make it 1-0 to us. Just 3 minutes gone, we win the ball back off another poor pass from my opponent. Sergio Roberto plays the ball down the wing to Suka, who crosses it in towards the back post, and Messi heads it in. Even though I wasn't controlling him there, you could see that I wasn't controlling Messi, he just headed it automatically. And again, we win the ball back. Thiago, I haven't even noticed that all of these through balls are just coming from him. He was a through ball machine this game. Through to Messi yet again, cuts back inside, cuts outside, and finesses it past the keeper. Too much power on that. 3-0, 40 minutes gone, and at this point I'm thinking we're going definitely through to the final, and that just carries on into just added time just before half time. We stop with Messi, play it over to Andre Gomes, and as we're about to score, my opponent pauses the game and quits the game, meaning we win 3-0. We were about to score a fourth, so I can see why our opponent quit, but we do get a fast-tracked entrance into the final of the FUT Draft, winning 3-0, and we come up against another, well, not a different formation this time, not a 4-3-3, 4-1-2-1-2, narrow with striker Aguero, striker Firmino, Timothy Messi at Cam, Oscar at CDM there. And this game was definitely probably the hardest game, apart from that second one. My opponent runs out with the ball with Aguero, plays it down the wing to Roberto Firmino, who from our own corner there runs through, puts it across the goalkeeper with his left foot. 10 minutes gone, 1-0 to my opponent. I think that, oh no, we've conceded one other goal in this episode so far in the first game. Ronaldo with the scoop turn, plays it through to Thiago, who gets a goal. After all the assists and through balls he's been doing this game, he gets his goal in this episode. 24 minutes gone, and a minute later we get the ball and cleared off the line by Tremolinas. Zuma clears it out, a poor ball falls to Thiago. We get the ball with Messi, we go past one, and we just move to the right hand side so that his defender takes out takes out Messi. He did only get a yellow card for that. Suka steps up, goes the opposite way to the first game. Goes to the keeper's right, sends him the wrong way yet again. We go 2-1 up just after, and just a few minutes later, a poor clearance from us. Felipe Luis plays it into Aguero, the first time finish from him, makes it 2-2 before half time, and yet again, poor counter attack from him. Hazard, who I think he must have brought on because he wasn't on at the beginning, plays it out to Messi, who cuts inside my defence, and a deflection off Javi Martinez makes it 3-2 to my opponent just before half time. And again, just before half-time, we get the ball, a free kick for my opponent. Roberto Firmino brings it down, Zuma gets it, plays it back to Roberto Firmino, who slots it into the bottom corner to make it 4-2 before half-time. And then I thought we were all dead and buried, but into the second half, a poor ball from Zuma, we capitalise on his mistake. Neymar finesses it, hits the bar, Messi wins it back, plays it to Gustavo, who smashes it in the bottom corner to get us one back, and we're just one behind now with just a couple of minutes left to play. And we, with half an hour left to play, Ronaldo gets the ball with 15 minutes to play. It levels it up in the 76th minute, 4-4, the highest scoring game of this episode. And we get a free kick with just under 10 minutes to go. Javi Martinez smashes it inside the D of the halfway line, and Messi gets the header. Somehow he wins the header, and that is how the game ends. We win 5-4 in the end, and we finally win a FUT Draft episode, winning 5-4 in the end. Overall a great game, but we managed to come back from being 4-2 down at half time to win the game 5-4. A tremendous effort. We get 747 coins from that. A great game from my opponent there. Overall, the team was pretty good overall, and that is going to be the end of the gameplay, guys. Let's get into the packs. So guys, we have finally won the FUT Draft. It's taken us a whole 4 episodes to get there, but after going out in the second round and in the first 3 episodes, we have finally won the draft in the 4th episode. And I am recording this pack section the next day to when I recorded the draft, and it's kind of lucky that I did, because EA have gone and released the new position change players with the likes of striker Ronaldo, striker Sanchez, and CDM Alaba, you can see there. So hopefully we can try and get one of these position change players in our prize. We've also got a 5k pack free gift from EA. Our hardest game was definitely the second and the 4th games. The first and 3rd games were a lot easier, but we did manage to win the final 5-4 in the end. A very tight game overall, backwards and forwards between my opponent and me. And let's see what prize we get, guys. Hopefully we can get a 50k pack or a 100k pack, or even a 35k pack would be good. As long as we don't get the 2 25ks and the 2 5k packs, I'll be happy with the prize. Let's see what we get. If you have enjoyed this episode, guys, and have enjoyed the episode, please make sure to hit a like button, hit the like down below, and we get a 35k pack and a 25k pack, the premium gold players pack. Definitely one of the worst packs this year. So we've got the 5k gold pack that was a free pack from EA, so we'll open that first. I have a feeling this pack might be untradeable, but we might be in luck and get a tradable pack. But if it isn't, this pack is just for fun, even though we get absolutely rubbish in it. And just as I thought, it is an untradeable pack, so we're not going to be able to make any money back from this. So we're going to send them all to the club, because we can't do anything about that except for open the pack and hope and keep them. We're going to go on to the 25k premium gold players pack. 12 players, 3 rares. Hopefully we can get one of the position change players to get us back over that 15k mark. Let's see who we get. We get Adam Lallana. Terrible pack overall. We get Gabbiadini, Marcelo, and a rare silver from New York City. But overall, I don't think from that pack we're making a lot of money back. I think Tielemans might sell, but apart from that, I don't think any of those players are going to sell there. We'll send those ones to the transfer list. We'll keep the silver just in case, and we'll discard the other 3 players for 1200 coins, getting us back up to 5600 coins. And we'll open the mega pack, hoping EA just give us something good, please. Here, striker Sanchez would be brilliant here. What do we get? We get a centre back Company by the looks of it. 85 rated Company, goes for about 6500 coins, I think. Smolnikov won't sell, and Zonzi Afalai. We'll keep that silver, the Bundesliga player and the Serie A player. The rest of those players won't sell. We get 2 rare coaches which all won't sell. The silver contract we'll keep just in case. We got 2 fitness cards which should get us back over the amount we need. We get the England home kit, the Man City badge, which all might sell. We'll discard some of that for 2500 coins, and we'll send the rest to the trade pile, although we're not going to have enough space for all of it in the trade pile, so we'll keep some of it and send the remaining items to the club. Now hopefully we will get back over the 15,000 coin mark with that prize. We probably should do. We're up to 8,115 coins now without selling anything. We've also got Company in there, which would almost certainly get us back up to 15k, just under, and with a couple of consumables selling, we'll easily make it to that 15k mark. If you have enjoyed this episode, guys, make sure to hit the like button down below, subscribe if you're new around here, and have a great day, guys.